Three, two, one.
Well, hi, Isabel. How you doing? How's my little girl? You're so good to welcome me home all the time. That's great. I had a good motorcycle ride. Did you have a good day here? That's great, Isabel. Well, come on over here. Let's sit down. Okay, can we talk a little bit? Because you're just such a good girl. We'll rub your tummy. That's a good girl. You know, people ask the question, does God love pets? There's an interesting story found in 2 Samuel when David had his affair with Bathsheba and killed her husband Uriah. And Nathan the prophet was to go and put some good guilt into David's life. He tells a story about a man who had a pet lamb. And there's another rich man who had some guests that came over, and he went over and he killed this pet lamb. I want to tell you a key phrase in that passage was, the Bible says that lamb, catch this, was like a daughter to that poor man. Like a daughter. And when that rich man came and he had all the other sheep he could kill and he killed that pet, it so enraged David that David said, that man should die. And Nathan said to David, you're that man, and talked about his sin. Now I give you that story because it lets you know that that was a pet. And God cares about pets and they shouldn't be abused. It was a lamb. Now in those days, dogs like these, they didn't have them domesticated quite like this. They were sort of scavengers and they weren't really a popular pet. But they could have a lamb. In fact, Isabel kind of looks like a lamb, doesn't she? My wife grew up on the farm. Did you know that she had a sister named Mary who had a little lamb? That's the truth. She creatively called the lamb Lammy. But all of that to say that you can have a lot of different pets, but God cares about them. And so, therefore, when a pet dies that you love, that's kind of a part of the family, and different pets become closer to the family, I want you to know that Isabel right here, she's like part of the family. If something could happen to her, we would grieve. And God understands that. So don't feel bad if your pet dies and you have tears and you cry, because God cares about pets. In fact, in Proverbs it says, the righteous person will care for their pet, but a wicked person doesn't. My mentor, Dr. George Peak, he made a great statement one time. He said, you know, when you become a Christian, even your pet should see the difference. I'm David Ward Miller, biker with a brain, a Bible, and a beer.